Welcome, you weary travelers of YouTube, to my live stream of the alpha demo of the long-awaited game Nioh. This game has been in development since 2005 and is now out in an alpha demo version. Only until May 5th. Cinco. Okay? So, what's happening right now is, this is the very beginning of the game. I've already pretty much beaten the game. With my original character. I took a few days, just ran through. So now for you guys, I've made a brand new character. There is no character customizations, but I've started a brand new game, and this is where we're at. The game is a dark fantasy, alternate history, taking place during the Sengoku period of Japan. For those who don't know, that's pretty much the most famous time in Japan as far as Japanese people are concerned. Constant warfare between the warring feudal lords amongst themselves, just crazy stuff going on. And the game is set in this period, and it's roughly based on the true, actual, real-life story of a guy, I believe his name was William Adams. And his whole deal is he's an Englishman. He was sent to Japan on a horrifying expedition. They went through 5 ships just to get from England to Japan. Horrifying. Barely anybody made it. And he ended up living out the rest of his life in Japan. He eventually became a well-known samurai who is still to this day celebrated both in Japan and England. He served 2 Japanese emperors directly. All in all, it's pretty epic. If you ever have time and care at all about real life history, at the very least, do yourself a favor, go on Wikipedia. If you don't know which guy, there's a bunch of William Adams that have existed in the world who've done stuff. Google this game, spelled Nioh. Google that, find the Wikipedia. They'll talk about it in the description of the game. Click on that dude and just read about the real life dude, because it's a pretty cool story. There have been multiple movies and books and everything based off this dude's amazing life, and the life of his son, who also was born and raised in Japan and continued his father's legacy. So, all in all, it's roughly based off of that guy's real life story, except this game has a much different spin on things. When Adams, the real life Adams, came to Japan, there was not a whole lot of friction. It wasn't the first white dude these guys had ever seen. He was one of the first, but it wasn't the first. They had already been introduced to the Portuguese, so they kind of understood Europe and, hey, there's these people who don't look like us. So it's not like he got off the boat and then had to fight legions of Japanese people. No. The real life guy got off the boat and then just started talking. Setting up trade and everything. There was already a well-known Spanish padre doing work in the country of Japan, and there was some translators already there, so they were kind of already familiar with what was going on. And it wasn't epic or anything like that. It's just the dude started, he arrived and then worked. This game, however, whole different other thing. You play a character who's, again, roughly based off William Adams, and the character's name is William. And he looks like that guy from Witcher 3. That old man with the ponytail. But once you get over that, it's a fun game. Now, this game plays very similar to Dark Souls and Bloodborne. It's being praised everywhere for its unique take on the genre, though. And personally, after playing Dark Souls, after playing Bloodborne, and now playing this, even though this is just the alpha demo, I am prepared to go on the record and say this game is better than Dark Souls. So that being said, let's press X, start the game. Well, here we go. We got a ship, water, and random dude. Hope you were paying attention there, everybody, because that was the entire story. There will not be another storyline in this entire alpha demo. So that's another thing it has in common with Bloodborne and Dark Souls, is the complete and utter lack of a storyline. You just, here's dude, here's place, go. So, as you can see, you're just a random white dude. Hey, just a random white guy. I'm gonna take this sword. It has a real interesting menu because you bring it up by actually pressing down on the touchpad of the controller. Which, although I'm used to that, it's still odd. I mean, I grew up playing original PlayStation, and PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3. I'm used to a start button. It is in my DNA to press a start button to bring up a menu. But also, you can continue to run around and do stuff while you're in the menu doing stuff. Look at this. I can change my equipment while I'm running away from bad guys. It's awesome. I love that. That is a feature every single game needs to have now. From now on, that is like a rule. But anyway, you have these shrines. Anybody who played Dark Souls, this is very reminiscent of bonfires. From here you can level up, make offerings, which what making an offering is you take equipment you don't care to have and you offer it to the shrine. In return, the shrine gives you Amarita, which is the currency, one of the currencies in this game, which allows you to level up. It's your experience points, for lack of a better term. You can summon visitors from here, which I have not done. I believe this is how you co-op, but I'm not here for co-op. I don't care for co-op. This is cool. A cool thing too. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a fox, an orange fox. Looks like Naruto, kind of taking a little rest. Yeah, that thing. That's a guardian spirit. From this menu here, you can change your guardian spirit, and the alpha demo has 4. So you start off with Kaito, or Keito, but which is the fox. You also have Asanade, which is a shark. Daiwashi, which is a bird of some sort, I'm not sure. And then you have Raiken, which is like a little chill puppy. So I usually roll with Kaito, but just to show y'all, this is the shark. Yeah, freaking cool. I don't care who you are, that's freaking cool. I'm not gonna roll with the shark, but it's still freaking cool. And here's the weird bird thing. I don't know what kind of bird that is. What is that? Anybody know what kind of bird that is? I mean, I know this is a game, not everything has to be factual, but I mean, we've seen a fox, we've seen a shark, we're about to see a little puppy, but I ain't never seen no bird looking like that. That was like Joaquin Phoenix on a bad hair day. I don't know what that is. And here's the little puppy. Look at that. Little puppy. Little puppy. Little purple pup. But I was okay though, because, I mean, fox. I'm a fox. So I gotta roll with my foxes. So anyway, as we go throughout the gameplay, we're gonna come across a bunch of random stuff like this. Small spirit stones, regular spirit stones. We're gonna go off over here, because this is an important thing that we have to get out of the way, is the ladder. We cannot access the ladder, but we will. We also got to get this thing. Stone. Believe it or not, early game, these stones are actually very important. They're going to come in really handy if you use them correctly. So before we go into our first battle, I want to kind of just show off the fighting mechanics of this game with the sword. So you have your little beginner sword. You can draw it and put it away at will, however you want. But there's different stances. You start off in the mid stance, and by holding down the R1 button, you can change which stance you have. So you have the low stance by pressing X, mid stance with square, and high stance with triangle. Each one has its own benefits in combat. So the mid stance is great for defense. It's great at blocking. So great for counterattacks and whatnot. Wait till your opponent just tries to strike you, and then bam, hit this, and then hit him with a sweet counter strike. You have low stance, which is great for evasion. So instead of blocking to try to get your moment of fame and get some attacks in, what the low stance is good for is for evading. So you duck out of the way, you know, run away and then hit them real quick, and then run away again. And then my favorite, my go-to stance is the high stance. It's where it's all offense. Fuck defense, fuck running away. I'm just here to kick your ass. Ha, ha, ha. Just pure awesomeness. Shrine just went off because I think I just hit it. Yes, you can turn the shrines off by hitting. Yeah, don't know why. But anyway, it'll come back anyway. See? So now let's go into our first battle, now that I've gone over the basics. These things, by the way, these bloody graves, this is some PvP stuff. But for the alpha demo, it's not actually PvP. It's just CPUs, but it's trying to show off what the PvP looks like. Oh yeah. And that's what I love about using swords, because there's different weapons in this game. There's axes, there's hammers, there's spears. But I love the sword play for that reason right there. When you've attacked someone and you have blood on your sword, before you put the sword in the sheath, you do that cool little whoosh, you throw the blood off, and then you put it in. That's just, I don't know about you, but that's pretty badass. Let's search this guy. What do you got? Ah, we got some different feat options. So now, go down here, take our bummy, weird European shoes off, put on some foot soldier shoes. Yeah. Here, there's a dude over here. And let's see, while I'm level 1 with hardly any, with no good equipment, let's see if I can beat this guy. And by the way, I'm locking on and unlocking by pressing N on the R3 button. Oh yeah. And watch me flick that blood off. Oh yeah. Sexy. Let's see what's over here for me. Haha, arm guards. Sweet. We don't have anything like that. Put those on. Yeah. Now the one thing that can come back to bite you if you're not paying attention is that green bar that's draining while I'm running. It's your stamina. They don't call it stamina, but it's your stamina. They call it something like Kai or something. And yeah, that can come bite you in the butt if you're not paying attention. Because when you run out of that, you literally just stop everything and become a sitting target. Nah. That's what we're gonna do here. Sneak into this house. Still. Sneak back out. Alright. Now you don't have to attack these guys. I could actually just run past them. But I want that thing over there. So I'll lock onto this guy. And I'm gonna use my stone. That thing, that useless thing that I told you is actually really useful in the beginning game. Yes, I'm gonna hit my right direction pad, throw a stone at this guy. Hey, look through that. Get back over here. Come get me, boy. And we both suck. Alright. Yeah. Can't touch this. And now this guy's all by himself, but he's got a big ol' axe, which means I'm gonna try to. Ha! Yes, I can charge attack, and I win. Ha 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 ha! Now I can get the thing. Another stone and some sacred water. If I remember right, sacred water helps you regenerate Kai quicker for a short period of time. What's this thing? Aha! More equipment. Oh yeah. Now he's starting to look more Japanesey. See, this is just talking about changing stances. Yeah. Doing pretty good. I didn't get this far for at least 3 hours the first time I played this. Yes, took me 3 hours to defeat how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 people. Took me 4 or 5 hours. Now here we get some options, and this is where I spent a good portion of a day trying to figure out. Because these two guys down here are relative, but over here you get some options. Do you go this way and get jumped, or do you go this way, way overpowered for your low level self? These guys are low level, but they'll jump you. These easy guys. Come here, you blind bastard. He always wants to open up with a very strong, heavy-handed attack, which is slow when you have a axe equipped. So, time it right, you can actually just hit him and bully him before you even have a chance. Haha! Now we have a secondary weapon. Spear. Y'all. Here's our sword. Here's our spear. Spear 2 has different stances. This just seems the more natural stance. This just looks stupid. This just looks like you're trying too hard. That's a natural way to hold a spear. And the cool thing is you don't have to do anything complicated to switch your weapons. All you do is press the left directional button. And then you'll see down there in the bottom left, it'll tell you which one you have equipped. Spear, sword. And the blue bar down there, that's telling you its durability. The lower that is, the less durable it is, the more likely it is to break. And you don't want your weapons to break in the middle of a battle, because then they suck. So I'm gonna use my spear. I really don't use spears all that much in this game. They just don't seem to have much of a reason to be here, other than if you want more reach. They don't do as much damage as swords. They do nowhere near as much damage as hammers or axes. So the only advantage they have is their long reach. But they're kind of tricky. But we'll roll with the spear for a little bit. This guy, he's still on our level. Aha. Weakling. Bow before your king. This guy, I think he's our level as well. Oh, God, no. No, we are going to run away. Aha! And that is why they say sometimes running really is the best option. Now we're real low on health, so we're going to use an elixir by pressing the up directional button. Ta-da! Let's go over here and get these items. No items, just some information for you. Cool. Spirit Stone. And the Spirit Stones, in case you're wondering, they just provide you with more of that currency. The Amarita. So, for anybody who played Bloodborne, think of this as the think of Amarita as blood echoes, and think of the small spirit stones as those coagulated blood stuff. They come in different sizes, depending on the size, determine how many you get, la-di-da-di-da. Yeah, so this is definitely a mechanic that'll be familiar to you guys. Die. He couldn't handle just the tip. All I did was put the tip inside him a little bit, and yeah, he just couldn't handle it. He literally died. Oh well. Here's something else you can do. Emotes. I shall pray for you. I shall beg forgiveness from you. I shall say I am sorry. And you have basic whistle, face palm. Why? Real dramatic. Taunt. Get over here. And then you have these two, which I guess are their own unique thing. Both of them are kind of weird. So here's the pose, which just looks ridiculous. This looks like some Gintama stuff right here. It's like, okay. And you have the ah, which again looks weird. It looks like a very dramatic policeman telling someone to stop. That, or a gay man telling someone a story, and he just could not believe it. Take your pick. Take your pick. But my go-to is pray. I shall pray for you. And more information. Because you can't get enough helpful advice. This living weapon stuff. I still haven't tried. That's the only thing I haven't tried out yet, is this living weapon stuff. But we'll go ahead and try it out. But not here, because that guy with the spear over there is super OP. The guy with the torch, he's so-so. He's whatever. But the dude with the spear over there, he gonna kill me if I try to fight him right now while I'm a little level 1 dude. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go around here. Go this way. We're gonna drop down. And hear that sloshing, disgusting noise that's going on right up there. Those are some creatures that are that's gonna make the game really interesting. Here, get the item. Yeah. Now we got a cool chest piece. What's this? Real for real Japanese. Got my Japanesey shoulder pads. Looking like I'm about to play some Japanesey football. Now, when we go up this path is where we're going to first encounter the creature, which is right there. But first, we're going to come over here, go down this ladder, and then kick down this ladder. Now we'll be able to just come over here. See? Easy as that. Get this thing, Harukudama. I believe this is the grenade, if I'm remembering correctly. A ceramic ball packed with gunpowder. The powerful explosion in ceramic shrapnel caused great damage to all enemies in the area. So this is some Japanese grenade. Now let's run up over here, run up over here, run up over here, and shrine. Now we've got 16,000, 1,600 Amarita. Let's go ahead and level up. What to level up first? I'm going to tell you what, we're going to level up strength first. The reason is, it gives me some more life, so I'll have more health. It gives both of my weapons a little bit more power. It allows me to carry more equipment. It decreases the weight rate of my equipment, which is very important, especially once you start getting into later game. You'll start to get some very cool, awesome armors, such as the Warlords set, the Veteran set. Most people who are playing this alpha don't even know about the alpha, don't even know about the Veteran set. I stumbled across that a few hours ago. Pure accident. Really hard to come across. You have to beat a ridiculously hard CPU that's tucked off in a corner, out of the way. And that's after beating two little mini boss dudes who are super OP. Yeah, that's a trip. But those later game armors weigh a lot. Each piece of your equipment weighs something. So when you increase your strength, you decrease the weight rate. So it allows you to equip better armor. Now, you could never upgrade your strength. You could keep it right at 5. And you can equip whatever armor you want. You can equip the Warlord set. You can equip the Veteran set. You know, you can equip the unique set. You know, do you, boo-boo. Just don't be surprised that you'll go from a 100% full stamina bar one moment, swing your sword once, and then have absolutely no more stamina left, and you're just going to be sitting there breathing real heavy, getting smacked like a mofo, dying a lot, because your equipment weighs too much for your body to handle. So you got to increase your strength first and foremost. It increases your health and allows you to use better armor, which will give you better defense, therefore increase your survivability. This is basic stuff, people. Now, once you level up the first time, you get to do something cool. Only unique for each stance, but unique to what weapon type. So there's hammers and spears and swords. The game recognizes 3 main weapons, melee weapons. Your katanas, your spears, and your axes. Hammers are considered axes for the purpose of leveling up and getting cool move types. Allow you to have to equip your current weapon with a certain element. So, for example, fire. Bam, fire sword. lightning. Boom. Lightning sword. What? But it goes beyond that. Because then you have these talismans, which are the kick guy and the sloth. The kick guy is really useful when you're about to battle a mini-boss. Now these little, I call them mini-bosses. They may or may not actually be mini-bosses, but they sure as hell act like it. They are strong as hell, appear only in certain areas, and oh my god, they kill you so many times. So the kick guy is really good because these mini bosses I'm referring to are yokai. And when a yokai appears, you'll know, because it'll be a gigantic freaking monster thing. And there will be a circle of dark magic on the floor, radiating darkness and all that stuff. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get there. And what that area is called is the yokai realm. When you're outside of that circle, everything's cool. You get to fight on equal terms. You get to attack the yokai gets to attack you, you get to dodge, you get to miss, vice versa, you know, all that stuff. It's a regular old battle against a powerful enemy. But when you're standing in a yokai realm, which by the way, these yokai can deploy more circles of yokai realms throughout the fight. So just because you're outside of the original one that you started the fight in doesn't mean that you're all nice and good. You can deploy another one at the drop of a hat. So when you're in a yokai realm, that's where things are really one-sided. You're slower, you're weaker, your life is constantly being drained, and it's easier for them to get critical attacks on you and do crazy stuff like grab you and throw you. Yes, they will actually grab you and throw you. That is how big they are. So, this kick eye is good because it lets you do this. Bam. Holy magic, Batman. And what that does is exactly what it says in the description off there that you probably already read 2 or 3 times in the time it's taken me to talk this much. Sloth is good against everybody. Freaking everybody. Because watch. Attack you, and now you're slowbo. Sloths are slow, so you can kind of put 2 and 2 together. You make your enemy slow. Pure Mind and Vital Spirit, those are just stats. They give you cool stat things. Shuriken, if you don't know what a shuriken is, you're a disappointment. Commit seppuku. You have dishonored your family. Fire Shuriken, though, oh, that's much more fun. Watch this. Bam! Yeah, you thought that was it. Oh, cool, he threw a fire thing at him. Cool. Then, bam, explosion. Weren't expecting that, were you? No, you wasn't. Bishi, yeah, it's real boring. It's just floor spikes, pretty much. Blister Beetle. This kind of looks cool. Poison Cloud. Medusa looks badass, though. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Tell me that is not like the most evil-looking stuff you have seen. Like, you just deploy a cloud of thunderous purple lightning. That's like an acid trip right there. But anyway, so you spend samurai skill points to learn melee skills, ninja skills, skill points to learn ninja skills, and magic skill points on magic skills. So we have some here. So since I like to use my sword primarily, and since I like to do high stance primarily, I'm probably going to be focusing more on stuff like this. Let's see, what's this? Ah, yes. That's something cool. And what is this? Ah, don't care about that. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get that. And we should probably get that. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. This is about a 45-minute video, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. And tomorrow we'll pick up where we left off. We now have a dude who's got some decent equipment. We're gonna level him up just a little more real quick before we go. I've got some Amarita to spend, so I'm gonna spend it on body, heart, stamina. Yeah, go ahead and even that out. So yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here, guys, and we'll pick back up here. And when we pick back tomorrow, we'll be taking this guy up this ladder over here, and we'll go meet those creatures that I was talking about, those creepy creatures making the creepy sounds. So until I see you guys tomorrow, adios.